Hello everybody, welcome back to another MD11 tutorial. As you may know, the Rotate MD11 came out about 2 days ago, or 3 days ago. So I just thought we could make a tutorial on it. Yeah. Alright, let's just get started with the tutorial. I'm going to be using my own checklist that I made and also the checklist it comes with. So kind of a mix-up. I will post the MD11 checklist that I made in the Discord server. My Discord server, which is in the link below. So what we want to do first is open up the Rotate MD11 aircraft menu, go to Ground Operations, request the ground power unit, cockpit stairs, and open the cockpit. Where it says cockpit, it will just open the door so the pilots can get in. So what you want to do now is close that, go to the overhead panel, and click and turn on the external power. You can go over here and turn on the battery. Then the emergency power down here, turn it to arm. And then if you want, you can add some panel lights. Some of the panel lights in here are a little weird. I'll just worry about that later. Then you want to go to the IRSs. Right here, put them to nav. And then you want to turn on a logo light. And there's like an arcade sound that turns on. I have no idea why though. Logo light on. Defog is right here. Just turn it on. Then it's time for the FMS. So today's flight is going to be from Memphis to LAX. Let's go ahead and click the FMC1. Go to flight plan init. Then I'm going to bring up my sim brief. So we're going from KMEM, which is Memphis, / KLAX. The initial page is like an Airbus, but mixed with the MD80. It's kind of weird. Our alternate is Ontario. Flight number is FDX 4412. And we're just going to leave that blank for a second. We're going to go back to the Rotate MD11 aircraft menu, go to Load Manager. And let's just put in our fuel. So our fuel is going to be, our block fuel is going to be 33.4. Just put that in. Oh. Let me change it to kilograms. Also, before I forget, make sure you press Initialize IRS here. Go Load Manager, and let's put in our block fuel, which is going to be 34.5. Taxi fuel, we're not going to need no more than 1,000. We don't need any lost fuel. And trip fuel is going to be how much you have at your destination. So here it says 24.8. That doesn't sound right, but whatever. Then we're going to put in our total payload. And our ZFW is 183.3, so we need to get the ZFW to there. Alright, anyway, that's just good. And make sure, like the CG right here has to be like 30 through 31, or else you're gonna like crash or something. Make sure you have like 30.5 or something. Just that, and apply load configuration to aircraft and FMS, so you don't have to put any of the information in there. All right, we're done with that. Oh, you can cage this right here. So our cruise level is going to be 340, and our cost index is going to be, let's see, 20. All right, then off to flight plan. Departure runway is going to be not 36 center. Let's see what they're using right now. Alright, so we're going to be using runway 36 center with the Dux 5 departure. And with the LR transition, let's go back to flight plan. Oh, whoops, I need to insert that. You see, I'm still figuring this plane out. It's kind of a can't fly for the first time expecting that you'll know everything. Insert. So after LR, we're going to be going to club, KLUBB, enter that there, and then direct the TCC VOR, I don't know what airport that is, and then direct DRK, it's another VOR, then we're on the arrival, the Hollywood 1 arrival into LAX, so let's find Hollywood 1, with the gavel transition, and they're probably using 25 left, so we're going to FedEx ramp is near 25 left, so we're going to enter 25 left there. Insert. It'll just tell you that there is some bugs with the autopilot in this airplane. It's kind of sad. Clear that disk on. Just go through your flight plan looking for disk ons, and if there's no disk ons, you're good. Alright, so now we're going to go to takeoff approach. So our flex, 35 through 55, I'm just going to choose 45, why not? Flap, okay, so the flap system is kind of weird. You see this dial here? You can dial what flap you want, so go to flap 0, and then you dial whatever flap you want, so 13, 14, 15, 16, etc. Then the 28, 35. So what I've been using for departures is flaps 20. So I'll just go put 20 here. Go back to the FMS. Go ahead and put 20. That'll give you trim of -5.1. Then what you want to do is, I'm just going to put for the slope, just put up 0.0. Then put the direction of the wind. So let's see what the METAR is at Memphis right now. It is 050, so you would put HD, stands for heading, 05. Do not put the 0, just put 05, so 50. Put that in there, and the temperature here is 9 degrees Celsius. Oop. That's a little bit weird. There you go. Alright, so then you're going to highlight the VREF speeds right here. Then the climb thrust, just highlight it, so 1841, like it already has it in there. 341. We don't need any of the engine out stuff, so we're good. Go ahead and make sure in the init ref page that all the stuff is set here. Yeah, it's all good. Alright. And then let's just set this to takeoff approach. Alright, let's go turn on the floods here, or the panel lights, if you want to call them. Alright, so that's all good. Next thing on the checklist, go ahead and start the APU. The APU is kind of like an Airbus, so just go up to the overhead panel. And where it says APU power right here, just click that, then immediately turn on the APU bleed, which is right here. So the APU will start momentarily, and while that's starting, put the emergency lights to arm, but there's no smoke and seatbelt signs to auto. For some reason the taxi light, or the landing lights right here, hasn't been working for me. It'll just, every time I click it, it'll go back to normal. If anyone knows anything, that'd be great to put in the comments to see how to fix that, because that's annoying me right now. But it's no biggie. So when the APU is starting, let's just go ahead and set the MCP. Our cruise altitude is going to be 340. I'm currently on VATSIM, but there's no controller right now, so we're good. 1 to 2.8. Just go ahead and turn on the VHF1 right here, else your radio won't work. And just keep it at 250, and runway heading, I think, is 002 for MEM 367. And the APU is still starting. I'll give it a second. In the meantime, let's go ahead and set our altimeter. The altimeter in Memphis right now is 3019. Go ahead and set that. Right there. I believe the APU just started, so we can go ahead and turn off the external power. There is a whole like a loading aircraft thing where like it puts the pallets in one by one, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to do that. Let's go ahead and close the cockpit door. Alright, and just remove the stairs and ground power. Yep, that is closed. Alright, just make sure the door is closed from the outside. What we want to do now is remove the ground source, so we just hit that. So we're going to call our pushback, and we're going to be facing this way. And if you're wondering what Memphis tuner I'm using, Axnos, or yeah, I think that's how I pronounce it.
Please show me where you want to go.
Yeah, it's ever really good Memphis, but really FPS heavy Memphis, I'll be honest there. Oop.
Grounded cockpit, tow is driving up.
Alright, so while the tow is driving up, we're going to turn on our beacon. And that's the before push checklist, and I will cut it to where we'll just go back to the start. Alright, we're ready to start the pushback, so what we're going to do now is just release the parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Then we're going to go up to the overhead panel, and where it says ignition right here, just turn A on, and then that will go away. And then to start the engines, I'm going to go ahead and start engine number 3 by just pulling this up, and it'll light up there. Then you'll see the N or N2 start rising, and once it gets to 15, you'll pull up the engine lever like any other aircraft. Alright, once it's at 15, so just pull that up right there.
Traffic, FedEx 382, heavy taxi, runway 36 left, Memphis.
And it should stabilize at around 24, and once the light, theoretically once the light goes away, we can just start any of the other engines. So just go ahead and start engine number 1 there. Alright, that's almost a 15 there. Turn it on, and then we'll start engine number 2. In the meanwhile, let's just go ahead and set our trim, so I don't forget about that. It's going to be 5.1. Oops, sorry, wrong way. Okay, yeah, 5.1, we got that. So engine number 2 here. And let's go to mode C, so just put 2000 here, and there's no air traffic control, so. That's almost to 15, and put that up. I think there's some issues with better pushback in this plane, because it's just pushing us all the way back. That's weird. I think I'm just gonna turn it off from here. Alright. Sometimes you just have to do that with better pushback. Because sometimes it just does not want to work, and that annoys me. It's another FedEx MD11 since Memphis has been busy now that the MD11 is out. Alright, and we're almost done. Alright. After start, flaps. Just go ahead and set it twice, so flaps 0, then flaps 20, just like that. Altimeter, we already did that, and we're going to go ahead and turn off the APU. Boom, that's how you do it. Spoilers, just go ahead and where it says like the hand, just pull it up, then auto brake to take off. And you see this right here, it says brake. We only have one thing left to do, that's turn off the parking brake for taxi. So, yes, okay, we're ready for taxi now. Go ahead and get up our charts for Memphis. Go ahead and give the Unicom a call that we're taxiing to 360. Memphis traffic, FedEx 4412 heavy, or taxi runway 36. Alright, we'll just release the parking brake, and you'll get a green box that means everything is good and ready. So I will continue the recording once we get to 36 because it's kind of a long taxi. Alright guys, we're holding shore at 36 and we're going to start our before takeoff checklist. So, before takeoff, weather radar. First you want to do for the weather radar is turn this on, and then go down here and turn it to just system on. It doesn't really matter, you can turn that off, I don't really care. Landing lights, for some reason I have a button on my yoke that does it. I have no idea. Auto flight, just press that once. Click profile. And that's about it for the before takeoff. And then go down to your transponder, don't forget this, TRA, always. Alright, we're ready to go. So, Memphis traffic, FedEx 4412, lining up, runway 36 center. Right. It took me 30 minutes to start up this plane in taxi, it's a bit long.
Memphis traffic, FedEx 851, turning to the final runway 36 center.
Memphis traffic, FedEx 4412, taking off runway 36 center. Alright, so we're on the runway. And the takeoff thrust system is a little weird. You have to raise it up to like 60 and then we'll automatically do it. Don't ask me. It's a bit weird, in my opinion. And it will continue the climb up to 100, I believe. There it is, 100.4, so it works. Airspeed's allowed both sides. 80 knots neutral yoke. 100 knots. B1. Little B1. Rotate. A little bit windy. Positive rate. Gear up. It's a nasty crosswind. Remember how in the FMC and the takeoff page you put the thrust accelerate to highlight, and we're about to get to that altitude and it will increase our speed, and then I'll start putting the flaps up. Go ahead and press nav so we can follow the flight directors. Go ahead and put up flaps 1. Yeah, this plane feels super heavy. Wow. It's amazing how like big this plane feels. It's super heavy. The turns are super wide. Then I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the autopilot. So we're going through 200 knots. Once we get to SR, I'm gonna go ahead and put up the flaps. So just completely flaps and slaps up. And let's go through the before or the after takeoff checklist, which I'm using the checklist it comes with. So once you get the file, you go in the file, go to manuals, and it will have like a normal checklist. That's what it's named. Alright, gears up, lights are off. Flaps and slaps are retracted. Spoilers, go ahead and disarm. Auto brakes, go ahead and turn it to off. Flap TO. So go back here down to the dial and just dial it back to 15. And that is about the after takeoff checklist. Plane is flying nicely on its path. And that will be the tutorial for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it helped you in this challenging plane to actually fly. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like and join the Discord server for the Rotate MD11 checklist that I made.